Hello friends, and welcome to my dining room. If you have been here before, I'm so happy to have you again. And if this is your first time joining me, I'm so happy that you're here. So today what I thought I would do is introduce you guys to one of my collections. And so within like my big plant collection, I have smaller collections. So like I have a Friends collection, I have a Big Bang Theory collection, I have a Harry Potter collection, and I'm kind of playing around with the idea of a book character collection. I'm an avid reader. Sorry, I totally just got distracted by this moth outside my window. So we'll see how that goes. All right, so here we go. Let's start here. So this is Rachel, and between her and Joey, those are honestly probably my two favorites. And she's kind of struggling right now. She's a little stressed. I can't recall what her plant name is off the top of my head, but I'll put it on the screen. And so usually she's got some lovely, I don't know if you can tell on this leaf, pink variegation. But after I chopped her back, she is not growing with the variegation. So, oh, and I just found a fungus gnat. Grody. Okay, well, I guess my knock on wood didn't do very well. This soil does look nasty. She needs to be repotted. But yes, Rachel is definitely one of my favorites, and I chose this plant for Rachel because it was like, when I saw it, it had all that pink variegation, and she was just so vibrant and classic. And sorry, that's Koa in his pen trying to get comfy. It's bedtime for him. Anyway, I looked at it and I was like, this is Rachel. There was no question in my mind. And so yeah, her and Joey are definitely my two favorites. And I adore it. So gnomes and, more fungus gnats. Gnomes and mushrooms are like my thing. And so I have this adorable little gnome that sits in here with her. I got him at he's got something on him. I'll clean that off later. I have two of them, and I got them at a local nursery. So I just thought that they were so stinking adorable, and I couldn't say no. All right, who next? Let's go here. Okay, so this is Monica. She is a Monstera Adansonii. And the reason, so I actually picked this plant specifically for Monica because it's also commonly referred to as the Swiss cheese plant. And in an episode of Friends, there is a part where Monica talks about wishing she could live like in a house of cheese. And so it made perfect sense to me. I mean, there was no other plant that she could be. And I love Monica. She got kind of angry with me, so she did get kind of bare. But we're working it out now, and I think we've got each other figured out. She's in a new home in the library, and she seems to be much, much happier. So that's what matters. She's putting out new growth. And I just think, where did it go? Oh, there it is. So this leaf has some adorable like mini fenestrations on it, and that just makes me smile so much. She needs to be repotted as well. I haven't gotten to the library yet. But yes, I absolutely adore her. She's so much fun. And oh, we've got a new growth point. Yay! I didn't even see that before. Oh, that's exciting. Awesome. So yeah, that's Monica. Okay, so this is Ross. He is a Norfolk Pine. He's kind of sad. He did get repotted, and he hasn't like bounced back like I mean, I don't expect it to happen overnight, right? Like that's just not how it goes, but he's still sad. So we're working together. And so when I decided to do a friends collection, I was actually, well, when I first thought about doing a friends collection, I was kind of hesitant because I was like, but in order to have a friends collection, I have to have one named Ross. And I really don't like Ross. I think he's horrible. I can't stand him. He's so self-centered and vain and just blah. So I saw this plant at the nursery and I had never seen one before, and I reached out to touch it, you know, it was kind of spiky and prickly, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to get it because I found the perfect plant for Ross. Because I didn't, you know, so over time I have fallen in love with this plant, but I didn't love it or even really like it when I bought it. I just really wanted to finish my collection. And so now I have absolutely come to love it. I do love Ross, the plant. But yeah, it was just totally meant to be. So I'm really determined to figure out what's going on because I don't want him to die on me. But yeah, so that's Ross. Next, let's move some stuff around. Okay. Whoops. So here is Chandler. Chandler is a Sharktooth Cactus. And once again, just like with Monica, I knew right away who this was gonna be. I got this plant because of its name. Because there's an episode of Friends where Chandler is working out in Oklahoma and he's staying in a hotel and he's all alone. So he decides to put on some adult entertainment, and Monica ends up going to surprise him, and he is in the middle of his adult entertainment and he hears the door start to open, so he thinks it's housekeeping because he wasn't expecting Monica. So he hurriedly changes the channel and it ends up being something about sharks. And so Monica comes in and she realizes what he was doing, and she looks at the TV and she starts to get concerned that Chandler was having fun to shark attack shows. And so, being the Sharktooth Cactus, I knew it was just totally meant to be. I mean, there was no other plant that could be Chandler. And I love it. I do. He's got such personality. He's got lots of new growth. He's been thriving. He's such an easy keeper. Yeah, so that's Chandler. Okay, so next we'll do, so this is Phoebe. And so I can't remember the name of her either. She's a tiny little succulent. And I decided to name her Phoebe because she just seemed kind of goofy and all over the place, and was not very, what's the word I'm looking for? Stringent. Like, she just kind of grows all over the place in different directions, and I just I thought it was perfect because that's like Phoebe to a T. And she's been doing good. She's another easy keeper. She chills out in Nick's room. And yeah, I'm very happy. I will honestly say Phoebe took the longest to find because I really wanted something to match her character. So she definitely took the longest. I had Monica and Chandler were the first two, and then Rachel, and then Joey, and then Ross, and then Phoebe. So now we're on to Joey. I love Joey. He makes me so happy. And I'm actually gonna pick him up because he's kind of big. All right, so this is Joey. Joey is a Ponytail Palm. And I mean, how does this not fit Joey? Like, he is just wild and, you know, goes to the beat of his own drum, and he has so much personality. And I think Ponytail Palms have so much personality. I mean, this is just, it's so wonderful. It's so fun. So yeah, this was clearly a very easy decision for me to make, that this is Joey. And like I said, him and Rachel are probably my two favorites of the group. And he did, so I do prefer neutral pots, as you guys, can see from what I've shared, but there was no way Joey could be in a neutral pot. And so I actually, it's kind of weird. Yellow is not my favorite color. But I was at TJ Maxx and I saw this pot and I was just like, I have to have this. And so then when I got Joey, I was like, I know the exact plant to go in this pot. And he's been in here ever since, and he's doing wonderful. Growing so healthily and so quickly too. So that's awesome. Sorry, you can hear my cat Raylan in the background. It's time for her nightly cuddles. So after this video wraps up, that's what I'm gonna be doing. But I also, you can see, so gnomes and mushrooms are definitely my go-to, but I found this little bird at a local nursery and I couldn't say no. Like, he's just so stinking cute. And I have one other one that I'll show you guys when it comes to repotting her. But his color is, once again, just so vibrant, so beautiful. And I knew, when I got him, I knew which pot he was going into. I didn't know where the other one was going, the other bird was going, but I knew with his coloring, with the color of Joey's leaves and with the color of the pot, it was just gonna look wonderful. So yeah, that was very exciting. And he just, whoopsies, kind of chills out in here. I'll stick him back in his home. There we go. Yay. So yeah, that's my friends collection. And this was the first collection that I did, and then came Big Bang Theory, and then came Harry Potter. I've been on a huge, so the past 4 years, I've been on a huge Friends kick. You know, I watch it to go to sleep. I have it on in the background almost all the time, unless I have music playing. It is so funny. It's so heartwarming for me, and just really, I've got some good memories attached to the show. So that's nice. And then Big Bang Theory. So the order of like my affections for my collection, I do love Harry Potter more than Friends, but Koa's getting settled in his crate. I'm sorry. I grew up with Harry Potter. Harry Potter is what really got me into reading. Harry Potter got me through a lot of tough times. A lot of tough times? Yeah. But I was a little concerned with Harry Potter because I didn't want to have a plant with every single character. And what is he doing? Koa, that's enough. I really just wanted, because I also didn't want to just be like randomly handing out names to plants, just to say that I have that in my collection or as part of my collection. I really tried to stay true to who my favorite characters are and finding plants that kind of speak to them. So, you know, I don't, well, I can get into that later when I do my Harry Potter collection. But yeah, so this was my first complete collection of plants. Then came Big Bang Theory, then came Harry Potter. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I liked, you know, sharing the reasons behind their names and why I chose specific plants for specific characters. It's really fun for me just to kind of go through those memories and think back on my, you know, thought process. So I will do some more of these with my other collections as I get around to it. My big project is still going to be working on the repotting, because that just needs to get done. Obviously, I have a fungus gnat problem that needs to be resolved. So, anywho, thank you guys for joining. And oh, I forgot. So I was asked to tell you guys which Friends characters I see in myself. I was talking to a friend about doing this, and she was like, well, you have to add who you are. So I find in myself a little bit of Monica and a little bit of Phoebe. So I am definitely the OCD, neat freak, organizer who loves cooking and who really, trying to think of how to say this, who really strives to be the best person they can be for everyone else in their life. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what I see for Monica. And I see myself in Phoebe because I'm definitely a little more of that, to a degree, a carefree spirit that believes in things like fate and oops, sorry, I got distracted. What was it? Oh, that's just a little piece of dead stuff. Fate, and really is unafraid to be who she is. That's, I think, a really powerful thing. And I've never shied away from being who I am. I've tried to always accept it and embrace it despite the naysayers. So yeah, I see some Monica and Phoebe in myself. All right, well, now that I have shared that, I'm glad I didn't forget. Thank you guys for joining me today, and I hope this was exciting. I don't know if that's the word I'm looking for. I hope this was engaging. I guess I could use that word for you guys, and maybe helped inspire you to make some collections of your own. All right, you guys have a wonderful night. I'm gonna go give Raylan some cuddles and then turn into bed myself. I'll see you guys next time.